Jeff Picoro down on the sidelines. It's Dick Gabriel. 64 degrees, cooler than you would expect for this time of year. Overcast skies as the Wildcats get set to make their entrance onto the field here at Kroger Field. Kickoff's coming up, and we'll have a coin toss when we come back. This is the UK Sports Network.
Let's go!
Kentucky football is brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Toyota, Coca-Cola, your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers, and by UK Healthcare. Kickoff is coming up. This is the UK Sports Network.
Hey, Bengals fans, whether you're tailgating with friends or tackling your toughest jobs, Chevy Silverado is ready, steady, and strong. Offering 4 powerful engine choices, impressive towing capability, and loads of advanced tech to help you conquer what's next. Year after year and mile after mile, Silverado is built for the long haul and trusted by those who know what real dependability means. Visit your tri-state Chevy dealers today and take advantage of great offers on the legendary Silverado.
Some things can steal your sunshine. I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mo Egger, Monday at 3 on ESPN 1530.
Blue jerseys with white numerals and letters today. White pants, white helmets with the blue stripe down the middle and the blue UK logo on the side. Ole Miss, all white with the baby blue numerals, as they would call them. Those blue helmets, script Ole Miss in red on the sides of the helmets. Captains headed to midfield. Dick Gabriel's there waiting for them.
Jalen Braxton, cornerback, apparently will speak for the Ole Miss Rebels. It's going to be Josh Caddis for the Wildcats. Handshakes all around. Here's David Smith.
All right, guys, David Smith, referee, Paul Myers, the umpire. If you have any questions, come see us. Ole Miss, you're the visiting team today. We're going to use this coin. That's heads. SEC is heads. All the teams are tails. That's heads. That's tails. Flip it, let it hit the ground. Call it before I flip it. That's tails. Call it tails. It's heads. You want to call it.
It's heads. The Wildcats will defer. And Kentucky will go left to right as we get things started, Tom.
Thank you, Gabe. David Smith is the referee. He just handled the coin toss. Paul Myers, the umpire. The center judge is Eddie Albritton. The headline judge is Carl Goya. Line judge is Michael Taylor. The field judge, Raymond Tate. The side judge is Brian Murphy. And the back judge is Paul Chardine. BBN for complete instructions on how you can listen to our UK Sports Network call of the game while watching on TV. Go right now to ukathletics.com/sync. And Jeff Picoro, SEC opener, and that is always a different animal when you get into conference play. And for the QB at Kentucky, Zach Calzada, pressure on him to step up his game this week, and this will be his first time facing an SEC defense in 4 years.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see how he plays in this game. I think that, look, he wanted to show better last week, and I just hope he doesn't press, in this game. Just let the game come to you. Get a couple hits early in and let's go. But you know what? Nick Saban said in the pregame Today show that Kentucky is Ole Miss's nemesis because it's just the way that these two teams play. It's a complete dichotomy of each other. And Kentucky's that big, they want to make it a street fight. And Ole Miss likes pretty and, running down the field. So it's going to be two really different teams out here.
Today's game ball delivery is presented by Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. Isaiah Hartrup dropping back deep on the far side. On the near side, Dominique Thomas. Aiden LaRosse has it teed up to kick it left to right for the Wildcats. Wind doesn't seem to be much of a factor. If there's any help, it might be a little bit left to right. And Dick Gabriel, a little bit of sunshine making its way through the clouds. Good to see that.
Yeah, Chris Bailey from WKYT here in town predicted we'd see it by halftime. It's early, and we'll take it.
Absolutely. Kentucky and Ole Miss meeting for the 47th time. Rebels lead the series 30-15-1. Ross looks both ways and now moves on the football. He hits it well, and it's going to go through the end zone for a touchback, and Ole Miss will come out and start its first drive of the game on its own 25-yard line. The quarterback is Austin Simmons, making his first start in a road game. 6'4", 215-pound sophomore from Miami, Florida, with a cannon for an arm. Bryson Sanders is the center, made his first career start last week. Patrick Kudus and Jaden Williams to his right. And to his left, P.J. Wilkins and Diego Pounds. Simmons out of the shotgun. Lee in motion to the right. Two receivers each way. Simmons will hand it off for the first play, and it is just short yardage. Davin Rayner and Alex Safari, the two inside linebackers, making the hit on the running back, a transfer from Missouri, Kejuan Lacey. Ole Miss is right back at the line and ready to go on 2nd and 8 from its own 27. Crowd's already up with a blue-white chant. Quick throw to the far side. It is complete for a first down up the far sideline out to about the 40-yard line goes Harrison Wallace. Hardaway making the tackle on him, and that's Wallace, the transfer from Penn State, who had 6 catches for 130 yards last week. First down at the 39 of Ole Miss, gain of 12. Simmons, 2 setbacks stacked to his left. Play fakes to one of them. Guns it near side, incomplete, wide of the intended receiver Wallace down at the Kentucky 45-yard line. So, Jeff, everybody can take a breath now.
Yeah, incomplete pass. So that's the only time you'll see him stall a little bit. Jake Hughes got to make that play in the open field. He cannot let that receiver get by him for that first down.
2nd down, 10, Ole Miss from its own 39-yard line. Lacey lined up to the left of the left-hander, Simmons. Simmons gives it with to Lacey. He's running right. He gets across the 40 to the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd and medium. It's Safari and Hardaway combining on the stop. Put the ball down at the 43, 3rd and 6 for Ole Miss. They were 1 for 10 on 3rd downs last season against Kentucky. Big opportunity for the Kentucky defense to get off the field on Ole Miss's opening drive. Low snap, but Simmons has it. Setting deep in the pocket. All kinds of time. Now the protection breaks down, and he goes down.
Great coverage.
Kentucky collapsed the pocket, and when Simmons stepped up, it was McKees Humphrey Grace who made the tackle on him. It won't go as a sack because Simmons got to the 44-yard line, but nice bit of pass rush breaking down the outside edges of that pocket late.
Great coverage downfield. They wanted to go to Caden deep down this left side, but he was double covered. Terrion Nichols was in there on that, but nowhere for him to throw.
Back to punt, Oscar Bird.
Oscar Bird, freshman from Australia, in to punt it. Not a long one. Going to be Bryant's hit as he fields the ball. It's rolling back inside the 10. Players are running for it, but Bryant, there's already a flag down. 36-yard punt was all it was, and Kentucky should get some extra yardage to start its first drive with.
Yep. That was easy to see.
Ole Miss has been the most penalized team in the SEC twice in the Lane Kiffin era, and one of the other times they were the second most penalized team.
Kick catching interference, number 13 on the kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Kentucky.
The cornerback, Cedric Beavers. 8 penalties last week for Ole Miss, and they had 8 for 53 yards in the loss to Kentucky last year.
So big penalty there. That makes that, what? They kicked it from the 44, so 5, 10, 15.
31.
Yeah, like 18-yard difference there to get it to 35. That's awesome.
Net of 31 on that punt.
Yeah.
So Kentucky now coming left to right for its first possession from its own 35-yard line. Zach Calzada at the controls. Caddis on the left side shifts over to the right where Rodriguez is, and now Rodriguez going back the other way. 2 wideouts right, pistol formation, deep back Dowdell. He gets the call, running left, and there is nothing there. He's going to be tackled for a loss of a yard off that left side. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Jeff, we expect to see Kentucky do a lot of shifting, a lot of motion, trying to confuse Ole Miss.
Yeah, that time they were not fooled at all. They went right to the teeth of the defense, and really, really nice movement by that defensive front.
Eccles, Harris, Franklin, the front three. Two of them are sophomore first-year starters on the edges. Rodriguez goes in motion to left, so two tight ends that way, two wideouts back to the right. Calzada will throw on 2nd and 11. Checks it down to his running back coming out of the backfield. That's Dowdell. He'll get short yardage back across the original line of scrimmage to the 36-yard line. So he just got 2 yards. 3rd and 9 for Kentucky.
Again, just a little drop off there. There was no pressure. He had time.
Chambers and Daughtery are the inside linebackers for Ole Miss. On the edge, it's Suntarian, Perkins. Excellent pass rusher. Kite and Braxton are the corners. Banks and Ryan the safeties. Kashikin is the nickelback. Kentucky 3rd down and 9 from its own 36. Gilmore wide left. Tight end and 3 wide, or no tight end. 3 wide outs to the right. Calzada. No blitz. He steps up in the pocket. A lot of room near side. Let's see if he runs. Nope. He's going to throw it. And it's batted away down at the 40-yard line. But here comes a flag. Intended for Willie Rodriguez, the sophomore tight end at the Ole Miss 40. And it was Wydette Williams who was in coverage and maybe flagged for pass interference here.
Yeah, another transfer from Louisiana Monroe.
Just underway, 3.5 minutes in almost here at Kroger
Pass
Field.
interference on the offense, number 81.
Oh, on the
That penalty is
offense.
declined. 4th down.
Wow, how about that?
So it'll go as an incomplete pass. And Kentucky will punt it back to Ole Miss. Each team with a punt on its opening series. Starting the game faster was a big point of emphasis for Brad White and his guys because last year Ole Miss scored on the opening possession of each half. Aiden LaRosse checks in to punt it for Kentucky. Thought the Wildcats were going to catch a break there, but the infraction was on the offensive side against Rodriguez. Wallace back deep. Oh, poor punt. Shanks it off to the right. Hits at the 37 of Ole Miss and takes a sideways bounce out of bounds at the Rebels' 36-yard line. Just a 28-yard punt, so a break for Ole Miss there. Timeout on the field, no score in the opening quarter with 11:26 left to play. Rebels ball at their own 36 when we return on the UK Sports Network.
Hey, it's Mo Egger. Football season's here. You know there's no better place to catch every game than Long Neck Sports Grill. They've got wall-to-wall TVs, ice-cold drinks, and awesome mouth-watering wings. Long Necks is your home turf for every touchdown, tackle, and tailgate. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and enjoy all the action with great food, great vibes, and unbeatable specials all season. Long Neck Sports Grill, where fans gather and game days come alive. Visit any of their 3 locations in Hebron, Ridgewood, and Wilder. Long Neck Sports Grill. Stay long, come often.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Cincy 360, Monday at noon on ESPN 1530.
Back at Kroger Field, it's a scoreless tie with 11:26 left in the opening quarter. SEC opener for Kentucky and Ole Miss. And we'll take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the UK Sports Network. Back in the Central Bank press box at Kroger Field, along with Dick Gabriel and Jeff Pecoro, I'm Tom Leach. This is the official bank of UK Athletics, Central Bank. So Kentucky got off the field on Ole Miss's first possession, and the Wildcats couldn't take advantage of the running into the punt returner penalty that set them up with great field position, so they give it right back to the Rebels with a 3 and out. And you want to try to play keep away as best you can from this Ole Miss offense, Jeff.
Yeah, and you can't give them the ball in this situation. I mean, boy, for them to get held, to punt it, to get a penalty, a 15-yard penalty, and then to get it back at the 36-yard line, that's huge for Ole Miss.
Lane Kiffin in his 6th year at Ole Miss, 3-1 against Kentucky. 2 of the wins have come in overtime. One of those was when he was the coach at Tennessee. 38 transfers on this Ole Miss team, so they mined that transfer portal just like Kentucky did 4 years in a row with a top 5 transfer class at Ole Miss. Austin Simmons, the QB. Tight end goes in motion, left to right. Hand off to Lacey, sweeping right, and he gets nothing. It was Humphrey Grace who got upfield, Jeff, and turned the play in from his defensive end position. And then here came a bunch of blue jerseys led by Ty Bryant.
Well, I'll tell you what, he got smoked when he turned that corner, didn't he? Wow.
2nd down and 10. Rebels right back at the line and ready to go. Simmons, quick fake, quick throw, near side. Got his man up the near sideline, and lots of room down this near sideline into Kentucky territory and all the way down to the 34-yard line. Deuce Alexander, Wake Forest transfer, just a simple quick out, and he races down into Kentucky territory to the 34 of Kentucky. And Rebels coming back the other way again with Lacey, and there's nothing there for him as he is stoned right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be another 2nd and 10 coming up from the Kentucky 34-yard line.
Both of their big plays to the outside have been missed tackles by UK corners. Hardaway on the first one, and that time Tarian Nichols.
Khalil Saunders and Alex Afari combining on the tack at Saunders, Augusta, and Humphrey Grace up front. Rayner and Afari, the inside linebackers, with Sam Green on the edge. Hardaway and Tarian Nichols, the corners, with DJ Waller out at one corner. Lovett and Bryant are the safeties. Rashid Scott is the nickelback. 2nd down and 10. Ole Miss at the Kentucky 34. Simmons fakes, sets deep, throws down the near side, and it's overthrown down at the 20-yard line of Kentucky, intended for the tight end right. It was well covered by Green.
Really good coverage to drop off from your linebacker spot and cover him like that. That was huge. Nowhere to go.
Simmons has 3 receivers split right, 1 left. One of the 3 to the right comes in closer to the line of scrimmage. That's the tight end right who just tried to hit on that last play. 10:02 left first quarter, no score. 3rd and 10 Ole Miss at the Kentucky 34. Simmons retreats, fires near side. It's caught short of the first down. No, it was not caught. Incomplete. Alexander made a dive at it in front of the boundary right here in front of the Kentucky sideline, and they rule it incomplete. So 4th down for Ole Miss.
Another nice job for Kentucky on 3rd down.
They're going to send the field goal unit in, and it'll be Western Kentucky University transfer Lucas Carnero.
Pretty good.
52-yarder off the near side hash mark, just a step inside the left hash mark. Kicking right to left, 52 yards. His career long, 54. It's on the way. Hits the left upright and bounces back. No good. So the Rebels are turned away on their first scoring chance. And Kentucky will take over in a scoreless first quarter tie with 9:52 left to play. This is the UK Sports Network.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. Well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability.
Nice.
Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Hey, Wildcat fans! Little Caesars, the home of hot and ready pizza, invites you to try our world-famous Crazy Bread with crazy sauce, Caesar wings, Italian cheese bread, and our new cookie dough brownie dessert. At Little Caesars, we begin each day with dough made fresh from scratch, fresh, never frozen cheese, and the tastiest toppings. Little Caesars is also a proud partner of UK Athletics and an enthusiastic member of Big Blue Nation. So go Cats!
Pizza, pizza.
Hey, BBN.
Coach Stoops here. In Kentucky, Big Blue determination is in our blood. It means we cheer together, we rise together, and we fight together. Whether we're going to battle on Saturdays or tackling our state's biggest healthcare challenges. Big Blue determination. It's why UK Healthcare is the official healthcare partner of UK Athletics.
Network today is presented by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of the Kentucky Wildcats. And Jeff, you have to count that as a break because Lucas Carnero was 20 of 21 from 40 or more yards out for his career, and he just missed hitting the left upright from 52 yards out.
On the Lou Groza award watch list. I mean, he was a big-time get for them, and yeah, you got to, anytime you can turn them away without scoring, that's amazing. So a couple of drives and still 0-0. So Kentucky's lived up to its time. Feels like we've been here an hour and a half, and there's not just under 10 minutes left in the first quarter.
So we'll see if Kentucky can find a way to get something going offensively. Ole Miss has 7 of its 11 starters and 4 of the 5 in the secondary that transferred in for this season. So we'll see how they hold up over the course of the game in their first SEC encounter of the season. Let's get our producer, well, no, we don't have time. I was going to have Billy pull up a soundbite from Coach Kiffin talking about the extra emphasis they put on this game. We'll try to get back to that later. Because of the upset last year when Ole Miss was 6th in the country, Kentucky went down to Oxford and beat them 20-17. Most likely, Jeff, kept the Rebels out of the college football playoff.
Yeah, so they have a chip on their shoulder. But one thing Kentucky has to do against them, they are going to press cover a lot, meaning their man, they get right up on their receivers, and you've just got to beat them on the one-on-one matchups. And Calzada's got to trust his receivers down the field and let it go.
The other thing that man-to-man coverage opens up is a scrambling quarterback, and Calzada had a lot of room that last time when he chose to throw it on the third down play.
Exactly right.
They break the huddle with Fred Ferrier from Frankfort, Kentucky, coming near side along with Law, who's widest. Caddis, the tight end, this way. Hester wide the other way. Now Law going in motion left. Handoff to McGowan coming near side. And he gets out to the 38-yard line before he is driven back. And Kentucky started from its 35, Daughtry and Chambers combining on the stop. So after the miss, Kentucky took over at the 30, well, they officially ruled it as the 34 as the starting position. So 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Ball was spotted between the 34 and the 35 for Kentucky to start this drive. Tight end goes in motion, right to left. Now he comes back right. That's Caddis. 3 wideouts the other way for Calzada on 2nd and 6 at his own 38. Quick throw near side. It's the screen to Law. He's got space across the 50, across the 40, across the 30 of Ole Miss. A flag comes in late on the Rebels, but there are 2 back at the line of scrimmage, and now there are 2 down in the other end. So we could end up maybe with offsetting here.
Yeah, it's either a pre-snap infraction on the alignment for Kentucky or offsides against Ole Miss, and then downfield there was another one that could have been a face mask.
Law officially did not have a touch last week. He made a nice catch for an apparent touchdown in the end zone, but it was overturned by a penalty.
On the offense, that penalty is declined. Illegal formation on the offense. 5 or more players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So both infractions against the Wildcats, and they only had 3 penalties last week, but they had 2 on one play there. The one that they take, or that Ole Miss takes, will put Kentucky back at its own 33 and make it 2nd and 11.
Hey, Tom, the reason that is because the holding was all the way down the field, and it would have been from the point of the foul, which was at about the 35-yard line. So
yeah, it would have been Kentucky would have wished they had taken the holding call. 2nd and 11 for the Cats from their own 33. Hester, the widest of 2 to the left. Ferrier in the slot that way. Law back to the near side with the tight end Caddis. Now Law going in motion left. Calzada from the shotgun. Ole Miss bringing pressure up the middle. Calzada rolling out to the right. Throws it up the near side. And it's bobbled and dropped by Seth McGowan. Looked like for a second that Ole Miss might be able to pick that with Perkins back covering the running back, but it went over his head and right into the hands of McGowan. Got to make that catch.
Yeah, this is just a banana route, wheel route, whatever you want to call it. Calzada gets it down there and, hits him right in the breadbasket.
Nice throw. I mean, it just missed the outstretched fingertips of Perkins and was going to drop right in for McGowan. So 3rd and 11 now for Kentucky. They've been 3rd and long on both of their first 2 drives. Trips to the left, one wide out right. Calzada's got Dowdell the setback to his right. Calzada getting pressure. They've got the screen. They've got Dowdell out to the far side. Makes the first man miss, but he cannot get to the edge and get upfield to get the first down as he's ridden out of bounds over on the far side of the Kentucky 42-yard line by the nickelback Geshikin. They got 9, but they needed 11.
Nice call as they got into the backfield. And looks like Kentucky might be going for it, Tom.
It's at Kentucky's 42-yard line, and you don't see any punter out there.
Hardly Gilmore's in.
Mark Stoops rolled the dice late last year. Play clock's under 10 seconds now as McGowan comes out there late. Kentucky may have to use a timeout here. 2, 1. They better call the timeout, and they do. So with 7:45 to play in the first quarter, Kentucky has to take a timeout, and we'll see if Mark Stoops does indeed elect to go for it from his own 42 on 4th and 2. Kentucky and Ole Miss in a scoreless tie with 7:45 left to play here in the opening quarter. Here in Lexington, when these two teams have met 23 times, it's 11, 11, and 1. So dead even in the series in Lexington. We'll be right back on the UK Sports Network.
Tune in to UK Healthcare Mark Stoops Show on the UK Sports Network. Join Tom Leach and me as we take questions from the Big Blue Nation. 6 p.m. every Monday night throughout the entire football season. Check your local listings for the UK Sports Network affiliate in your area.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Unlock exclusive coverage of UK athletics with UKSN All Access. From behind-the-scenes content to game day coverage. It's all in one place. Find it on the UK Athletics app or UKSNAllAccess.com.
Well, you have the punt team out there in a huddle just across from where the Kentucky team is lined up down in front of us. So this would seem the more natural decision. Jeff, you've run for 3 yards net on 3 runs, and I think my guess is what Mark Stoops was going to hope to do is get a little confusion there for an Ole Miss defense that has a bunch of new guys, and maybe you could get up to the line and force them to jump and get a free first down. But when Kentucky couldn't get its personnel package right, they just had to use the timeout.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what you'd hope to do. But look, they just have to get a good punt here. The last one, not very good. This time you're going to get it. Hey, you know what, Tom? You almost you should have maybe taken the penalty. It's only 5 yards here in this situation because I think timeouts can't take them with you, They don't go over to the second half.
7:47 left first quarter. It's a scoreless tie right now. LaRusse shanked his first punt, just a 28-yarder. He averaged 43.8 per punt last week. And 4 of 5, he put them out inside the 20-yard line. And you need him to hit a big one here because with the ball at the Kentucky 42, you've got a chance to put Ole Miss back in a bit of a hole. Wallace, deep, the Penn State transfer, had never been a punt returner until he got to Oxford, and they told him they wanted him to try that, and he had more than 60 yards in punt return yards last week against Georgia State, so a nice debut. He's standing right at his 10-yard line. As Aiden LaRosse awaits the snap to punt it left to right here at Kroger Field, now with the sunshine covering the turf. And he hits it high. And here comes Wallace over to the near side, making a fair catch at the 18-yard line. So 40-yard punt that time for LaRosse. And Ole Miss will come out and take over, coming right to left from its own 18-yard line. So the worst position the Rebels have had in their first 3 drives.
Well, let's see if this defense can do what they've done. Bend but don't break so far. And again, with these extended breaks, Tom, that's huge for this defense to get that extra minute and a half.
Gadsden in for Saunders at one of the 3 down lineman positions for Kentucky. Simmons has a tight end and 2 wideouts to his right. 1 wideout back to the near side. Simmons, quick fake, fires far side. Catch is made, but the tackle's made right on the catch by J.Q. Hardaway. It did go for a gain of 5. It was Alexander, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, you're just getting it out there as quick as you can to hope they can break a tackle.
It's just like a pitch out, really.
Yep.
Here's a handoff to Lacey coming left, cuts it up and gets across the 25 and dives out close to the first down stick. He'll be just short at the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1. Gadsden on the tackle. Simmons out of the gun. They snap it straight to Lacey, and he gets hit, and it's going to be very close. I think he got enough as Sam Green got penetration and hit him, but he couldn't drive him back, and Lacey was able to fall forward, and it looks like it's enough for the first down.
Yeah, about length of the football.
They'll score at the 29-yard line, but Ole Miss not having much success running the football right now. Josiah Hayes checks in on the nose for Kentucky. He's a 6'3", 322-pound senior from Horn Lake, Mississippi, 4-star recruit that the Rebels tried to get to come to Oxford, but he ended up at Kentucky. Simmons has 2 receivers wide left, below snap, but he bounces right back up to him, and he throws to the far side. It's intercepted! Picked up by Ty Bryant, coming across the Kentucky, or the Ole Miss 45, across the 40, downhill, and down to the 30-yard line of the Rebels. Ty Bryant, with his 2nd career interception, puts Kentucky in business in Ole Miss territory.
Well, I don't know where he was going. He's all the way across the field. He's trying to throw, and they had a bracket coverage, one over the top and one underneath, and Ty just read it, and that was just like a punt. He stood back there, and that was an easy interception and a great return.
Simmons threw 2 picks last week in the opening win against Georgia State, and they came on the 2nd and 3rd series of the games for the Rebels. And again, it's his first road start, and maybe that low snap threw him off a little bit, but Kentucky's got to take advantage of this, Jeff.
Yeah, you do now, because you're in the high red zone here at the 31-yard line.
Ball's right in the middle of the field for Zach Calzada and company to go to work. Calzada turns around, slaps 5 with Dante Dowdell, who's behind him in that pistol formation. 1 wide out each way. Now Macklin, who was wide right, goes in motion left. Kentucky has 1 wide out each way. On 1st and 10 at the Ole Miss 31, handoff Dowdell running right, has a nice hole coming off right tackle, and hammers his way down to the 22-yard line of Ole Miss for a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1.
Nice block by Wolfschlager that time to open up a hole as he was able to get inside of that.
It's marked just outside the Ole Miss 22-yard line, 2nd and a long 1 for the Rebels, or for the Wildcats, as the Rebels have their backs against the wall as we go under 6 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Scoreless tie. Hardly Gilmore splits wide left. Back to the near side. Come Law and Macklin in the slot. Now Law going in motion left. Tight end right. Handoff Dowdell running right, and then cuts it downhill, and he gets a yard. Probably officially scored as no gain, though, because he moved it really about a half a yard is all. It's still at the 22-yard line, and it's 3rd and 1. Harris and Franklin combining on the stop. Last week, 3rd and 3 or less, Kentucky converted 4 out of 5 against Toledo. Overall, they were 53% on 3rd downs. Macklin goes wide left. Gilmore to the right. Quarterback keeper, and Calzada's got the first down to the 20-yard line. Nice to have a 230-pound quarterback behind all that beef up front.
Yeah, and what Ole Miss is doing up front, they're doing a lot of slanting time, meaning they're mostly going left. They're slanting to Kentucky's right. So you have to slide your protection that way.
Kentucky in the red zone powered by Toyota at the 20-yard line of Ole Miss. Rebels were number 3 in the SEC in red zone defense last season. Kentucky converted 2 of 2, both for touchdowns last week. 4.5 minutes left, opening quarter.
Better hurry.
Hester and Stellato wide left. Macklin and another receiver wide right. Calzada throwing down the middle. It's incomplete over the head of Caddis, who is tripped up at the goal line, but no flag.
Caddis tried to split defenders, and their feet got tangled up, and he went down.
And in the NFL, that is pass interference. If you just get your feet tangled up in college football, it is not. 2nd down and 10. Has to be an obvious attempt to impede, I think is the language.
2nd and 10.
It's the 2nd and 10 at the 20 of Ole Miss. Coming wide near side, Law and Macklin. 2 tight ends the other way, Boyer and Rodriguez. McGowan, the setback. Law goes in motion left. They pitch it to him, trying to get outside. Needs a block from McGowan, and he gets it. And tiptoeing down the far sideline goes Kendrick Law to the 12-yard line. How about the block from his running back in front of him, Seth McGowan?
McGowan just laid out the corner, and he was able to turn his shoulders upright. And, boy, he had 6 more inches. He walks into the end zone over there.
It's a quick toss ahead from Calzada to the motion man, Kendrick Law. So that's scored as a pass and an easy completion and a gain of 8. Gets them down to the 12 of Ole Miss off the left hash mark. 3rd and 2. Kentucky's 1 of 3 on 3rd downs. Offset eye in the backfield. The deep back is Law. Calzada under center. And he leaves it with Dowdell, and he's tripped up, but he dives down to the 10. It should be enough for the first down. It is. 1st and goal to go at the Ole Miss 10. Kentucky trying to capitalize on the game's first turnover, a Ty Bryant interception.
And Tom, Kentucky takes their time. They go back to the huddle. Their clock is already rolling right now. We're going to be inside of 3 minutes when the ball snaps.
1st and goal for the Wildcats at the 10.
Ole Miss had a field goal hit the left upright on its 2nd series and an interception on its 3rd. Let's see if Kentucky can strike first as Law goes in motion left into the short side of the field where Macklin is. 2 tight ends right. Now here comes Law in motion back to the right. Pistol formation. Handoff Dowdell. Sweeping right. Cuts it downhill. Not much there. Gets a yard to the 9-yard line. 2nd down and goal to go from there. Xavier Harris on the nose from Canton, Mississippi. 6'8", 330 preseason All-SEC.
Tom, last year, and I know it's a completely different defense, but Ole Miss last year just gave up 14.4 points a game in SEC games, so they are a stingy bunch.
2 wideouts near side, tight end and a wideout far side. Calzada and the offense going left to right. McGowan, the setback, was to the left of Calzada. Now Zach puts him in position behind the QB. Play clock is 2, and Kentucky is confused, and they have to use another timeout. 2nd time in this opening quarter where they've had some confusion and had to burn a timeout. So with 2 minutes exactly left to play here in the opening quarter, Kentucky and Ole Miss in a scoreless tie. Look, you have to take the timeout there if you have it because you don't want to take the penalty when you're down here in this situation, but you don't want to get in the situation of have that confusion twice.
No, you got to get the play in quicker. That gets them to the line of scrimmage. And once you're at the line of scrimmage, you can sit there for as long as you want, but get the play in quicker so they can get set up and lined up. And then you can audible at the line or whatever you want to do. And I think we're at the 2-minute break now, Tom.
No, it's first quarter.
Oh, that's right. First quarter. My bad.
But it is exactly 2 minutes to go. So that's a nice observation there.
Yeah, I wonder what everybody's waiting on.
Last 4 games in this series decided by 3 points or fewer, including a 2017 Kentucky victory last year in Oxford. So it's on the right hash mark. Kentucky left to right. 2nd and goal at the 9 of Ole Miss. 1 tight end each way, 2 wideouts left. One of them, Macklin, now coming in motion right. Pistol formation, McGowan the deep back. Calzada takes it and whistles blow as he leaves it with McGowan, and Ole Miss takes the timeout. So the Rebels had something they didn't like in what they saw. And so we will keep it here once again. Our broadcast on the UK Sports Network today is presented by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky, Jeff, it's interesting, has faced a ranked Ole Miss team in Lexington 6 times and won 3 of them. Yep. And one of them was back in 69. Kentucky lost its opening game 58-30 to Indiana, and the next week they beat Archie Manning and Ole Miss 10-9. 2 scores make no sense, but that was an Ole Miss team that went on to win the Sugar Bowl. And Archie and Kentucky star linebacker Joe Fettersfield became longtime teammates in the NFL with the New Orleans Saints, and they've remained good friends. So Joe Fed told me he and Archie have a friendly bet every time Kentucky and Ole Miss play. All right, the Wildcats going to try this again on 2nd and goal from the 9 of Ole Miss. McGowan, the setback to the right of the quarterback. Tight end left. Rodriguez now coming in motion right. They run it left with McGowan. Cuts it downhill and stretches out. Touchdown, Kentucky!
That's what you call paving the road in front of him. Wow. Nicely done. That whole left side. What a great push the Kentucky left side of the offensive line got.
Shiage Pete, Josh Braun leading the charge off the left side of the center, and the Wildcats get 6 off the Ty Bryant interception. 1:55 left to play in this first quarter. Second rushing touchdown as a Wildcat for the New Mexico State transfer, Seth McGowan from Mesquite, Texas. Power run there.
Boy, Caddis up there blocking too. Woo.
PAT good. 1:55 left to play here in the first quarter. And Kentucky has struck first with a 7-0 lead. Let's see if our producer, Billy Rutledge, can pull this up quickly for me. I didn't give him a heads up, but there's a soundbite from Seth McGowan. And he's talking about the fact that there's a perception that Dowdell is the power runner and McGowan is the speed guy. And last week we saw the speed of Dowdell on that 79-yard touchdown run. And there we saw the power of Seth McGowan. Here's what he said.
Yeah, we spent a lot of this offseason on Kentucky. You know, that was a really hard loss to deal with, especially with the offensive struggles in the game. So, yeah, we paid a lot of attention to that film.
Lane Kiffin there talking about the emphasis on this game for his Rebels, but they're now in a 7-0 hole. But McGowan would say they both can run between the tackles, and they both have speed when they get on the edge. And that time he swept left end, cut it downhill, and really exploded, Jeff.
Just really good blocking that time, and Caddis took Daughtry and put him on his back in the end zone, and Pete and Braun were able to seal it off, and McGowan just followed him right into the end zone. That was just a beautifully executed offensive play.
8-play, 31-yard drive, took 4:19 off the clock. The kickoff is going to go for another touchback, and Ole Miss will come out and start at its own 25-yard line. And we'll see what sophomore Austin Simmons, how he reacts to his 3rd interception of the season. Brad White, the Kentucky defensive coordinator, Jeff told you and I yesterday that he's been impressed with what he's seen on tape of Simmons and how poised he is and that he doesn't get rattled. So that's going to be put to the test here.
Yeah, the kid, he's got a cannon for an arm, but what happened on that last play when he threw the interception, Tom, the fumble, so it got him off time, and he threw off his back foot all the way across the field, and Bryant ate that one up.
Rebels coming right to left from their own 25. Odom, the tight end on the left, goes right, so 2 receivers each way. Now Wallace in motion right. They fake it to him. Simmons is going to run, and he's not going to get anything. Khalil Saunders and Cam Olds not fooled as they stayed home, and they make the tackle on the misdirection play by Ole Miss that goes for about a half yard, so we'll call it 2nd and 9.
Beautiful pursuit angles.
2 receivers split wide each way this time for the Rebels. Wallace splits even farther out to the right side. Simmons throws it to the far side. He overthrows Wallace by about 6 or 7 yards as A little bit of a miscommunication, one would think there. Brings up a 3rd and 9 for Ole Miss.
Well, Tom, that's a pass that he wants to throw immediately. Once it's covered, he wants that guy to take off. He threw for him to take off, and the guy just sat there.
1 out of 3 on 3rd downs for Ole Miss. Trips to the right, 1 wide out left. 3rd and a little more than 9 from its own 26 for Ole Miss. Pressure on Simmons, hit as he throws. Intercepted! They got another one! It's Ty Bryant with his second across the 35 and goes down at the Ole Miss 33-yard line. Proud Papa, number 19, Cisco Bryant, seeing his son do some work in his first quarter.
Well, again, great pressure right in his face. Simmons couldn't step up. He tries to throw late over the middle. Ty playing in the middle of the field. They had double safeties back there. And Ty is just, look, Coach Stoops talked about him playing baseball. He has great instincts, and that was an outfielder going after a ball. Now you got to make him pay.
Unofficially 18 yards. 1:10 left to play here in this first quarter, as Bryant has set up Kentucky at the 32-yard line after the Wildcats started their last drive at the 31. And for a young quarterback, it's got to be getting in his head a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Look, there should be no timeout. Let's play. There is no timeout on the field. Why are they holding us up?
One of the big early storylines to this season for Kentucky, Jeff, the pass rush from the Kentucky defense.
Fantastic. Right up in Simmons' face that time.
Ball's on the right hash mark. Kentucky going left to right. Calzada. Dowdell to his left. He gets the call straight ahead, bounces it out to the right. Looks like it could have been a face mask, and there's the flag. It was a gain of a yard, and it was Brown, the defensive tackle here on the near side. They got his hand up around the face mask of Dowdell.
6'2", 315
Personal
pounds.
foul, face mask, number 96 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Major penalty against the Rebels and puts Kentucky into the red zone once again, powered by Toyota. And they had a touchdown on their first opportunity today.
Why I was so excited there, Tom, it's change of possession but no timeout, but Ole Miss is standing on the sidelines and they're just chatting with the coaches.
Ball moved down to the Ole Miss 16-yard line for Kentucky, 1st and 10. Under a minute to play in the opening quarter. 7-0 Cats, and they're knocking at the door for more. Calzada's got the setback to his left. Stellato, widest of 3 to the right, goes in motion left. Blitz coming. Calzada in trouble, goes down, sacked. Back at the 24-yard line. He wanted to look like throw something quick, and Ole Miss had it defended, and Eccles makes the tackle.
Well, Kentucky has everybody bunched up almost between the hashes. All 22 players are between the hashes, and then he wants to throw in the middle, and there's just too much defense there. You got to spread them out like Ole Miss does.
Loss of 9, 2nd and 19 at the Ole Miss 25 for Kentucky. Trips to the left. Tight end Rodriguez to the right. Now he shifts over to the left side. That's the open side of the formation where all 4 of the receivers are lined up. Calzada from the gun. Hands it off to Dowdell. Straight ahead. Lowers his pads and gets down to the 21-yard line to make it 3rd and 15 as the first quarter of play comes to an end here at Kroger Field. Kentucky 7 and Ole Miss nothing on the UK Sports Network.
Arts Rental has the best selection of equipment, whether it's skid steers, excavators, aerial lifts, generators, heaters, saws, pumps, and more. Whatever you need, Arts Rental has it. Plus, Arts delivers. With an in-house fleet of over 100 delivery trucks, Arts Rental makes sure you get the equipment you need, when you need it, fast. Stay in the game with Arts Rental and get the job done right. Work smart. Rent from Arts Rental Equipment. Visit artsrental.com today. That's artsrental.com.
Toyota has more all-wheel drive or electrified hybrid choices than anyone else, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through September 30th, get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.75 APR financing. Or you can get 5.75 APR financing on hybrid models with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We've been going to the same Skyline for 11 or 12 years now. When I see that familiar face at the drive-thru, it makes me feel good. Just making that connection, seeing them again. It's like going home. We always make sure that we eat as a family. And on the busier days, hitting the Skyline drive-thru is perfect for that. It's always a good experience, and everybody in the house is happy. We eat Skyline once a week for lunch or dinner. Yeah, sometimes it's 2 times a week. Skyline is definitely my family's favorite restaurant.
Mo Egger, Monday at 3 on ESPN 1530.
From the UK Sports Network studios, I'm Darren Hedrick with your Central Bank SEC scoreboard update. Number 19, Texas A&M, and number 7, Texas have already played today. Both teams winning big over their respective opponents. The Aggies by 22 over Utah State, and the Longhorns by 31 over San Jose State. Right now, Georgia, number 4 in the land, in a battle with Austin Peay. This one a bit of a surprise. It's at halftime, and the game is in a weather delay. Georgia's only up 14-3 at the break. Kansas on top of Missouri in the border war, 21-13 in Columbia, Missouri. That's with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Kansas over Missouri there. Number 22, Tennessee at home against in-state foe ETSU. Vols up 31-0. And number 13, Florida, scoreless with South Florida midway through the first quarter. And as we throw it back to Kroger Field, guys, volleyball sweeps New Hampshire 3-0. Coach Skinner's squad now 3-1 after upsetting number 5 Penn State yesterday and beating New Hampshire today.
And nearly took down number 1 Nebraska last Sunday. They'd be that close to maybe being number 1 in the nation. So it's an impressive bounce back from that disappointing loss to Nebraska when you had them down 2-0 to come back and go to Penn State, the defending national champion, and win decisively.
Second time UK volleyball has beaten the defending national champion in the regular season. The last time, October of 1989.
Wow.
Texas.
Down to Dick Gabriel.
After Ty Bryant's interceptions, the first time, Tom, he wouldn't give up the ball. He wanted to keep saying. Second time, he was mobbed. I don't know where the ball ended up, but they carried him off the field.
It's now Kentucky going right to left from the Ole Miss 21, and it's 3rd and 15. 61 total yards in the first quarter for the Rebels, just 41 for Kentucky. Calzada, quick throw near side. He's got Law, slips the first tackle, slips another one, and then can only get down to the 15-yard line. So he got 6 of it back, and that would make it 4th down and 9. 22 first quarter rushing yards for Kentucky. Daugherty on the tackle. 19 passing, Ole Miss, 14 rushing, 47 passing. Kentucky had the ball for 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Going to be a field goal attempt from just inside the left hash mark. It'll be a 33-yard attempt for redshirt freshman Jacob Callaway, who hit his first one of his Kentucky career last week. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 2 interceptions, produced 10 points for Kentucky. And that's big, Jeff, against a team like Ole Miss that is so potent offensively. Anytime you get a break, make him pay.
And also, I thought the big number you said, Kentucky had the ball for over 9 minutes in that quarter as well, with 2 turnovers.
Kentucky pep band over on the far side of the field, striking up on UK. Another great turnout by the Kentucky students. Kentucky scores in just under 2 minutes in 4 plays after the Ty Bryant interception. And now the Wildcats and Aiden LaRosse will kick it back over to the Rebels.
Boy, just can't give enough love to what this defense has done in these first 2 games. Really, for 3.5 quarters in game 1, they were outstanding. And here in the first quarter, you already have 2 turnovers that have given your offense 10 points. That's huge.
LaRosse tees it up in the middle of the field. Hartrup, the deepest returner. That's the guy they would like to see bring it back. Dominique Thomas is the up back over the far side of the field. Hartrup to the near side. But will he get to return it? Nope, he will not, as it rolls through the end zone for yet another touchback.
Tom, I always remember Coach Kropp down on the sidelines talking to Dick Gabriel and always saying if you could be plus in the turnover, then you're going to have a great chance of winning. If you're +2, that's huge.
Yes, it is. And Kentucky is sitting right there right now. And an opportunity to try to keep the Ole Miss Rebels frustrated offensively. A team that ran 81 plays last week with that up-tempo offense. Gained 695 yards in a 6-3 win over Georgia State. But the Cats have a 10-0 lead here early in the second quarter. Simmons, quick throw to the far side. Catch is made by Alexander. and he works his way up the far sideline, close to the first down. Just a quick throw, kind of like an extended pitch out, Jeff, and it is Hardaway who makes the tackle, and is it enough for a first down? Yes, it is. They got 10.
Yeah, that's kind of their bread and butter. Just pitch it out there and hope they get a missed tackle.
Simmons sends Alexander wide to the left, 2 wideouts back to the near side, his right, tight end left. He's going to throw it again off the play fake into the middle of the field. It's broken up by Scott.
Man,
down at the 35-yard line of Kentucky, intended for Caden Lee.
Tom, he gets his head and eyes around. That's an interception. I mean, that hit him right in the back.
Excellent coverage. And the sophomore from Marion, South Carolina, he was right with Lee step for step. 2nd and 10. Trips to the right, tight end left. Simmons hands it to Lacey, starts left, comes back into the middle, and gets a nice gain out across the 40 to the 43-yard line, where Afari makes the tackle on him. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Ole Miss.
Kind of a delayed draw there. He went past him and then reached back and gave him the ball.
Correction, they spotted it at the 42, so 3rd and 3. Rebels have failed on 3 of their first 4 third down attempts. And Simmons is going to run it off to the far side. Nope. Not going to make it. Stopped a yard short of the first down. Sam Green, the Southern Cal transfer, first man to hit him.
They're going.
Wow, they spotted this.
This is a huge play.
That's a very nice spot.
This is a huge play.
So it's 4th and about a foot for the first down.
Anchor down, boys.
310-pound center Sanders leads them up to the line of scrimmage. Pistol formation, and now Ole Miss will...
I think Kentucky's challenging where the spot was.
Well, I think they should, because I thought he was closer back to the 44.
Well, they're giving it all the way back up there. Oh, the center.
Well, no, not a challenge. David Gusta, the Washington State transfer, digs in on the nose. And here's Simmons, and he's going to throw on 4th and short, and it is caught. Wallace breaks away down the far sideline and gets inside the 5-yard line and will be dropped at the 1. Tackle made by Cam Dooley.
Shades of Kentucky Ole Miss a year ago on 4th down.
55-yard gain, 1st and goal at the 1 on 4th and inches. Handoff, Lacey. And did he get in? Yes. Touchdown.
I think that was a snap to him, and did they call it?
Yes. Here on the near side. Lacey takes it in for the touchdown. Well, it was a 4th down gamble for a big play that led to a touchdown for Kentucky and Mark Stoops in the 4th quarter last season. It happens for Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss here early in the 2nd quarter. As it was 4th and about a foot, and everybody in the house thinks they're going to run it. Instead, they throw it, and Wallace makes the catch and breaks away and takes it 55 yards to the 1, and then Lacey scores. PAT is good. 12:25 left to play in the first half, and Ole Miss is on the board. It's Kentucky 10, Ole Miss 7. On the UK Sports Network.
Thinking about digging, planting a tree, putting up a fence? Hold that shovel. Before you break ground, head to Kentucky811.org or call 811. It's quick, it's free, and yep, it's the law. Submit your request online or call before you dig. Member Utility Pros will mark where the underground lines are. Don't risk the injury, service outages, penalties, or costly repairs. Safety is in your hands. 811 before you dig.
Mo Egger here. Schools are back. School injuries are too. Sports, playgrounds, horsing around. It's important to remember Ortho Cincy Orthopedic Urgent Care. Walk-ins are welcome, and Ortho Cincy Orthopedic Urgent Care has extended evening and Saturday hours. Check out orthocincy.com.
Want to save up to 80% on your energy bill? You've got to dig for it. Climate Master geothermal systems tap the constant temperature of the earth to keep your home comfortable all year. Plus, Going Geo qualifies you for a 30% tax credit. Call Corcoran and Harnest at 513-921-2227 and get digging.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then vote.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Cincy 360, Monday at noon on ESPN 1530.
Ole Miss goes 75 yards in just 6 plays.